Hey, my name's Dr. Fick and Diamond High School principal. Welcome to the Diamond Dialogue podcast. Brand new episode specifically on the topic of band. I've got Mrs. Laster here from the band department to talk about all the new things, all old things that happened with band. So I just want to introduce you, welcome you, and why don't you get us started? Tell us about how your year's going so far.
So far, it's been really exciting. We're prepping our marching show. We're going to play a little bit of it at the game this Friday. We're getting ready for parades and competitions, and I think it's going really well.
Yeah.
Music-wise, I was super impressed with how quick the kids picked it up and are learning it because it's a little bit challenging this year, but so far everything's going really well.
Good.
I'm excited.
So I know it's so easy to focus on, the sport side of activities on a lot of these podcasts, and I really want to spend this year kind of highlighting some of the non-sports activities. And you've been with the band department how long now?
This is my 9th year.
9th year. So you've seen quite a bit of growth through your 9 years. So why don't you talk us through maybe where the program was whenever you came into it and where it's at now?
So when I first came here, we had 56 kids in band, but not all of them played. So it was a lot of bodies in the room, but not necessarily active participants.
Sure.
And then after COVID and everything, the year after COVID, we had 14 kids in high school band. And this year, I think we've got 29 or 30 last I counted.
Nice.
So it's growing a lot. And the grades coming up, we've got 34 in junior high and 23 in 6th grade this year. So there's a lot of growth coming as well. So.
Yeah, no, that's great. Girls, seniors, right?
Yes.
That's awesome. So I'm assuming, been here all 4 years through the band process. What's it been like kind of starting from, were you even there in the middle school level?
Yes, we were.
Okay, so you've been there for almost what feels like probably 7 years? 6 years. Walk us through that journey. What's the growth been like from your perspective?
My 6th grade year, it was honestly pretty crowded. Like, our grade was pretty big. And then when we got into high school, my band camp, there was like 15 freshmen and there was 30 people in band.
Wow.
We made up half the band.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's just one of those things coming in from 6th grade and make it all the way. You see the people who stay with it the entire time, and kind of the changes from going from just concert band in middle school to marching band in high school, and getting able to see some of those differences. And then once you join in as a freshman, also be able to have new people that you don't know, the upperclassmen. It's really a fun experience.
Good. So being a principal, I get the opportunity to stop in to Mrs. Laster's class multiple times throughout the day and throughout the year. And it's always so interesting seeing the wide-ranging perspectives and talent starting from middle school going all the way up to seniors. And I say that lovingly because they really do progress. In fact, whenever we have our Veterans Day Assembly and all these other things, I get constant compliments about how awesome our band is. And if you haven't gotten an opportunity to see the band, when would be an excellent time to see them?
We play at all of the home football games. We try to play at all of the home basketball games. We're going to have a concert later this year. I'm just working on getting that on this calendar. We've got several events coming up this year as well. On the 21st, we're going to be at Carl Junction for a marching competition. On the 28th, we're going to be at Mount Vernon. And then we're playing at several different parades throughout October.
Cool. So you said there about the basketball games, and one thing I noticed about the basketball games is the song selections in which you choose. And I want to bring my son because you do not traditional songs, I guess you could say. Why don't you walk through what maybe some of those songs are and how you chose those songs? I don't know if that's a group or you or...
Yeah, so a lot of our core songs that we play are ones that I just find really fun to listen to, or they're ones that I did when I was in pep band. And then a lot of our songs are selected by the kids.
Yeah.
One of the requests for this year is we're going to add VeggieTales.
Oh.
We
So just to be clear, these are not traditional band songs. These are contemporary pop,
Yes.
rock songs
Yeah.
that when you hear, you're like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so Wipeout was requested by one of our kids, so we play that one pretty often.
There's been a lot that we've added on.
We do a lot. Yeah, I think we've got a rotating list of about 40 songs that we go through.
Wow,
so.
that's awesome. Girls, what's your favorite of the...
Ooh, that's a hard one.
mine's probably Radioactive by Imagine Dragons.
Yeah?
Yeah. That one's
Uma
fun.
Thurman is a really
Yeah,
I love
heavy
that
one,
one.
but I really like that one.
I remember when that one dropped for the first time, I was like, oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Um, So not only is it fun, there's some serious aspects to being in band for those who don't come from a band background. Walk through maybe the competition side and where we've grown and kind of landed recently on that.
Yeah. So when we go to a competition, we start by building a show. This year, our show is called You Like Jazz.
Okay.
So it's going to have a bunch of jazz songs that you may not necessarily know the name, but you'll probably recognize the theme. There's a couple of Easter eggs in there from Renee. She's got a really big saxophone solo, which is going to be cool. But a standard competition day is the kids get here probably around 6:30 or 7. We load everything up. We drive to our event, and then it's typically a 16-hour day.
Yeah.
So we'll get there, we'll warm up, and then we will do our performance. Sometimes there'll be like a clinic where a judge will actually talk through what they saw, and we'll watch our performance. And then we get the opportunity to see a bunch of other schools doing their productions as well. And it's cool to see the wide range that all the different area schools put together.
Yeah, I'm having kind of sat through one before. It can be kind of intense, and I know that there's a scoring rubric,
Yeah.
and like a low number is actually better than a high number. Is that right, or is it opposite?
The ones that we go to, it's typically opposite. So the higher the score,
Oh, okay.
the better.
Okay.
But we're judged on the overall performance, the musicality, the movement, the style. Are we actively acting as we're performing? The color guard plays a huge role in that with the flags and their dances, and it's a huge production.
Yeah.
It's just on the football field.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. So 9 years in, what would you say is the best part about being a band teacher?
honestly, the kids. I love the core teachers and whatnot, and I love what I do. But I am a special case where I get my kids for 7 years if they stick through it, whether band or
Sure.
choir, and just getting to grow those relationships with the kids. And like every year after graduation, I just go home and cry because you just get
Yeah.
such attachment to them because you've seen them grow from when they're like scrawny little sixth graders
Yeah.
to full adults, and just knowing how awesome they're going to be and that you've got to be part of that process is
Yeah,
just
I know
awesome.
getting the opportunity to see you in the classroom, the relationships and just friendships that you have with your students is unmatched in a lot of scenarios. And I think, you do get them for so much longer whenever, a middle school kid moves on, they get high school teachers, but you're kind of in both of those realms. So the length of time that you get to spend with them is really extraordinary. So much so that having spoken to some seniors, the impact that you had on them was very large. So girls, what would you say is the best part about Mrs. Laster in her classroom?
I feel like it's just the connection I have with her, like for sure. In sixth grade, I was one of those kids who was terrified to actually play my instrument,
Sure.
and now I've gone and competed at districts for solo and ensemble, and I've done a solo at a concert. And I like back in sixth grade, if you told me that I was going to do that,
Yeah.
I would have ran away on the spot.
Nice.
It was not going to happen.
And yeah, just the connection, like you said, to a lot of us. She's become like a second mom, but I also really appreciate as a teaching style. She leaves over a lot of room for creativity, whether it be letting us pick songs or add stuff to the show. She really lets us put ourselves into our show and our music.
Hey, going into closing, is there anything that you want to share about the band program to the community to highlight anything that you're doing coming up?
Like I said, we've got a lot of events that we've got coming up. If they want to know more about that, we do have a Facebook page. It's Diamond Band and Choir.
Okay.
And I try to post all of our schedules of where we're going to be and what we're doing on there. I'm just really excited to see where we can progress this year, and just some of the collaboration that we've had with some of the other programs. And I just want to give a shout out to our ag department
Yes.
for if you haven't been to a basketball game, the last game of the year last year, they were able to build us a stage to put into the bleachers so we could get our drum set off the floor, because it was a big safety concern with the
Sure.
kids when they were running their plays, running into the drum set, and it's got sharp edges. But
Yeah.
that was really awesome, and that's been like a dream of mine to have for the past couple of years, and they made it a reality.
Have you built pyrotechnics into it yet?
You know, I'm going to be 100% honest. They have asked. They genuinely have asked. They're like, can we set the drums on fire? Can we have fireworks? So I don't know. We'll see. It might be in the
Got to
works.
partner with the fire marshal, right?
Yeah, right? It's been a little dry.
Well,
so.
hey, I am very grateful for you coming in and kind of helping showcase, some of the different aspects of Diamond. Again, you should come out and see them. They're excellent, and amazing in many ways. And hey, we appreciate you. Dr. Ficken, Diamond High School principal, have a good one.